morning, my legions of followers. Today I have a treat for you. I meant to do this a little earlier, but I've been a little under the weather, as you may can detect from my nasalness. But this is first. I have bought an axe to do an out-of-the-box blind review for my YouTube channel, so that all 425 of my subscribers can know exactly what they're getting into if they buy one of these axes. I haven't done this before, but I've kind of wanted to. This is the Council Tools 5-pound splitting axe, and when I saw this come out on the market, I was intrigued because I don't have a splitting axe that's this size. I've got some mauls that are bigger. I've got some splitting axes that are smaller. I've got a felling axe that's about this size. And so there you go. I wanted to try this thing out. A couple of cool features about it. One, 36-inch long hickory handle. It's in pretty good grain shape. Good enough. Price point was good. I got this at Whiskey River Art and Trading Company. They've got a bunch of great outdoor stuff, homesteading stuff, axes, things like that. Brandon helped me out with this purchase. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Brandon. It was on sale there. It may still be. It's a 5-pound head. It's made in North Carolina. Leather protector. And this is as it was. Now I took the plastic off because who wants to see that? But you can see I still got the stickers on it. So I'm gonna take those off. If they come off. That one came off good, right? So if this one comes off. This one doesn't look like it's gonna come off as good. Oh, but it did. Great. So now we're nice and clean. I haven't done anything to the axe. I haven't oiled the handle. I haven't sharpened the profile. I haven't ground on it. Another reason that I wanted to get this is because it's kind of roughly finished compared to some of the other axes that I've got, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that, you know, it's just sandblasted and then ground off, and you can see the temper lines and all that stuff. So this is a really good axe for modification. And there's another YouTuber out there, I don't know his name, Old Iron Tools or something like that, I don't know, but he talks about how he's ground all this and that so it didn't stick in the wood and all these different things. I don't know how much of that's really relevant for a splitting axe, but you know, whatever, maybe it is. But I thought, another cool thing it's got is this kind of bigger pole on it, so there's a little bit more weight leverage for any flipping that happens. So that if you flip the axe like this, there's more weight here going that way, which will spin this up more this way. But I've got a family of blue jays. They're all in the rut right now. It's spring. I've got a few different selections to split on. I've got some green, just one piece of green red oak. I've actually got a whole trailer full of some big red oak browns that I'm going to try this on. This is one of 2 videos, so my next video is going to be all in the red oak trailer. Today I've got some red oak, I've got some bitternut hickory that I cut like in October, I've got some cherry, I've got some ash, and I've got one piece of the dreaded sweet gum. So I'm going to give it a whirl, see how it does, and yeah, this is going to be a blind review. I'm kind of excited. I feel like it's going to do well. So hopefully, if you're in the market for an axe for your next firewood season, this will help you make a decision with your purchase. So when you do use the tool for the first time, I mean, I was kind of in the perfect position, I guess, due to many years of experience and expertise. But you always want to set your tool on the wood or on the material first, so that you don't over or under strike until you get a feel for the tool. I'm not going to split a bunch of wood on this block. This is sitting on another block. I'm just going to split this one piece. Okay, here we go. Well, I missed right out of the gate. I'm not swinging hard, I'm swinging real gentle, kind of let the axe do. This is a piece of pin oak limb wood, which is kind of a bare to split sometimes. Feels good. Pretty balanced. Blade's nice and sharp. Alright, I'm okay with that. Now this is a little bit bigger around here with this hickory. Got a knot back here. Let me check it out. Twist it. This hickory has been cut since like, I don't know, June or July, but it split really easy when it was green. So this could be hard to split because it's been drying, or it could be surprisingly easy. We'll see. Yeah, see, it's gonna come around. If you got it stuck in there like that, and you're trying to wedge it out, if it's under pressure, be careful, because sometimes the wood can make it pop out unexpectedly and then come down and hit your hand. Okay. Safety tip of the day. Definitely has a little bit of factory lacquer on the handle, but not much. It feels like there may be something on there. I might lightly sand and linseed it at some point. I may not. Good solid strike when it hits the wood. It doesn't bounce, it doesn't kind of flutter in the air. And if you've watched this channel before, you know that I'm not trying to obliterate this piece of wood and split it apart and knock it off the block each time. I'm using measured and hopefully accurate strokes to hit the right spots. I'm knocking it into chunks versus splitting it apart, so that I've got to bend over and pick up the wood. It may not be flying off. It's doing exactly what I want. I wanted to use a bunch of different types of wood and different stages of seasoning in the round. Like that oak was cut about 10 days ago, so it's pretty fresh. Even in the summertime, 10-day-old cut wood would be pretty fresh. And we're really just now feeling some spring weather, so that means it takes a lot longer to dry out. This hickory's been down for a few months. The cherry was dead when I cut it. I want to say I cut it in late September, early October. But this axe is just breezing through the old hickory here. Still pretty moist to the touch. When I was a little bit younger, I used to be a proponent of the biggest, baddest tool I could swing around, because it really punishes the wood. But that was when I lived in town and split a little wood here and there for the old bonfire, stuff like that. Now that I heat with wood, I need a tool. Well, I don't need any, I've got too damn many. But I want a tool that I can use basically all day long, or all weekend long. and not wear myself out. This one definitely has a cleaving type feel to it, like it's got enough weight that it has no issue sinking. It runs true where you swing it. You know, if you get a really light axe you're splitting with, it can flutter on you. But this guy is pretty accurate. Every time I say something like that, I do the opposite. Okay, that's enough of the hickory. Now, I don't think it's going to do anything to this, but I'm going to put it on here just because this is a very scientific experiment. This is sweet gum, which is nigh on unsplittable with everything. We'll see what the big council 5-pound will do. Ooh. We're there. Now, I don't think I will ever accept if a neighbor of mine says, "Brother, I got a sweet gum down, you want to come get it for firewood?" I'm going to say, hell no. Because they are hard to work with. But this piece, or maybe it's the axe, maybe it's the tool. That piece split pretty good. That's a nice surprise. Okay, that's still relatively green. Let's go with black cherry, deadfall. I mean, look, grain there, big knot there. This stuff's been on my ground for 3 or 4 months. It's dried out. It's not badly checked, but this is some of the stuff I did in the checking video from a few days ago. There's a knot on the bottom. This should be relatively easy. Yeah, if it was green, that would have split in two. It's stuck pretty good. Obviously, I wouldn't have done that with the bigger piece, but this is twisted branch wood too, so you know, I'm not stacking the deck and putting easy wood up here and making this look like a magic tool, but kind of the opposite. It's still handling this non-ideal wood relatively well. I mean, look, the twist and the grain and all that, nothing's gonna split that easy. Excuse me. It is driving into this block well as well. So as well. I'm happy with that guy for there. I got one more piece of ash wood, and you know, ash is one of the easiest hardwoods to split. But this piece may be a little different. We'll see. It is very long. Big knot up here. Turn it over. It's checked pretty good. Got an inclusion there. we'll see. I'm gonna try to go over here and see if it'll open up before I really wallop it. Normally I would start there and come this way, but I don't think it's gonna split with one stroke over here, so I'm just gonna kind of be gentle like. Yeah, see, just right. Knot down here, but it's okay. I'm gonna go to either side of it. No need in rushing anything. Pretty easy work, even when you miss. I think this piece could use one more adjustment. Get that one off. Let's go right over here. Oh. And the only thing I did. One thing I didn't do was, it's all black walnut shells that I thought I was going to do something with. Right. The only thing I didn't do here with this axe was flick. I guess I could pull it. You think I should pull it? I guess I could pull another piece over here and see if I can't get a flick or two out of it. I'm not going to do it on the cherry. It's too checked for that. Get a piece of this green oak I got and see what happens. This is some white oak. This is from the tree trimmers. It's already been cut. It's a small piece. Flick on that one. I just flat out missed that one. There you go. You know, the flick thing is really good for big pieces in the field that are going to stand up after you've hit them once or twice. This little stuff, maybe not so much, but worked pretty good with that too. Okay, Council Tools 5-pound splitting axe. Review 1 of 2. I don't know when I'll get to the red oak, but I've got a trailer full of some pretty big rounds. Hopefully in the next few days, that should be a good test. I think it's pin oak, which, you know, especially the sapwood can be kind of hairy, but we'll see how that goes. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, I purchased this from Whiskey River Art and Trading Co. Check those guys out. And yeah, maybe if you looking for something that, I guess you could film with this thing too. But it definitely makes a good splitting axe. You could probably even do some what I call stove work, where you know you got some little pieces you need to chop up to get your fire going with. It's not so heavy that it would make that too miserable of a task. I wouldn't do it forever, but pretty good tool. Made in USA. Okay, see you next time.